What's up, everybody? So yeah, we're starting to vlog outside today. No particular reason why. It's late in the afternoon. I figured I'd get something up, but yeah, so we got a couple projects that are going down today. One of which, as some of you guys saw in Mr. Oaks' last video, this poor Saturn and his poor exhaust. Well, it runs good now, but we're going to do the exhaust on it, so we're going to get that done. And then we have something quite hysterical, actually. It's kind of why I wanted to start outside, give you guys a little funny on this one. So yeah, these cars are hysterical in the fact that if I stand here, you could probably still see the whole car. It is a Smart for 2, and it fits on this lift. It's absolutely hysterical, but this particular customer, somehow or another, managed to break a coil spring. So we got to fix that. But unfortunately, parts are super expensive for it, so it's going to take a little bit of time to get them. I don't know if you guys can see that, but that spring is completely tweaked. So hopefully everything comes in tomorrow and we'll get that done. But the real vlog today is actually going to be injector cleaning. Now, injector cleaning is kind of a funny thing. A lot of people don't know how it works, why you should do it, why you shouldn't do it, and if there are companies out there that do it. That sounded funny. But anywho, we here have an injector cleaning machine. And yes, we clean injectors. Now, why this is important, it's especially important for you guys who are turboed, who are forced induction, supercharged turbo, anything of that nature, and you're running any kind of E85 or race fuel or anything that contains ethanol, alcohol, stuff like that. A lot of times when we have cars like that are forced induction, we don't drive them up here in the winter. So in the winter, your car goes in the garage, gets cover on it, and it sits. Now when E85 and even regular gasoline sits, the ethanol in it starts to do crazy shit. If you've got any kind of brass in your fuel system, if you've got any kind of plastics or any kind of anything, it can cause damage. I've even seen it damage stainless steel, believe it or not. So when you fire that car up for the first time in the spring, sometimes it'll misfire, sometimes it'll run funny, sometimes it'll run just fine, and a little ways down the road your injectors lock up and you have no idea why. Or you're running lean and it was fine the year before, so you start thinking it's the tune and blah blah blah, when in all reality, you know what, it's bad fuel, it's bad injectors. So what we do here is we basically take those injectors, we put them in this machine that's behind me right here, and we'll flow test them and make sure that they're flowing exactly how they should be flowing. Now, every year in the spring when I start cleaning massive amounts of injectors, we see all kinds of problems. We see injectors that aren't firing, we see injectors with stuck pintles, we see injectors with bad coils, we see all kinds of stuff. And now fortunately this machine actually does do quite a bit of testing. It'll do flow testing, pattern testing, pressure testing, lockup tests. We can do all kinds of stuff like that. The only unfortunate part about this particular machine is when you start getting into some of the bigger injectors, like your 1000 cc's, 2000 cc's, and some of the 2300s, 2200s that are out there, the machine doesn't have enough pressure capability to accurately flow test them, but it does get pretty close. With the 1000 cc injectors, it does okay. Anything bigger than that, and you get a little bit of a skewed flow test, but I have a way of calculating that out, so it does do pretty well. Now we start with a basic pattern test, and that pattern test will let me know whether these injectors are actually flowing and are semi-clean, or I should proceed with that, or I can actually take them and put them into this guy here, which is an ultrasonic bath, and basically we just use a degreaser in there, run them like it's like an ultrasonic jewelry cleaner. So what we're going to do with this set of injectors, this was brought to us by the guys over at Barn Built Motorsports. They wanted to check these injectors because they have some issues with the car running a little funny, and they just wanted to make sure that these are good. So the first thing we're going to do is a uniformity and sprayability test, which will give me an idea of what the injector spray pattern looks like, and if I need to actually drop them in the ultrasonic, or if the injector cleaning solution that's in this machine will actually clean these injectors. So here we go. I'll bring the pressure up to about 60 psi or so. You can see that there running. And these are 1000cc injectors. I don't know how well you guys can see those spray patterns, but you can actually see that there are 3 that are very atomized, and then there's a 4th one that is a little bit lazy when it comes to the atomization of the fuel. And you can kind of see it in the levels as well. So what we'll do is we'll flow these on an auto test, and I'll do that now. And what I'll do is I'll set you guys up so you can see it, and then we'll fast forward through the auto test, and then we'll come back. Alright guys, so here we go. We're going to do the auto test, and I'll fast forward you through this, and I'll come back when it's done. Alright, so you can clearly see in that test, the number 4 injector was lagging behind quite significantly. So this could be a massive problem, especially for a turbocharged vehicle that is tuned to make the most horsepower possible and has very little leeway when it comes to fueling. So now cylinders 1, 2, and 3 would be absolutely fine. Cylinder number 4 at this point, if you ripped that down the road, you would have melted down cylinder number 4 and had no idea why, because there's such a significant lack in fueling on that number 4 injector. So what we're going to do now is run a quick flow test on these to see how far apart they really are, and then from there we'll stick them in the ultrasonic if need be. So here goes with the flow test. You can clearly see that injector is hurting bad. Alright, so obviously we're going to have to stick that number 4 injector into the ultrasonic bath. We'll do all of them just to be safe and see if we can get some of the crap out of it that's causing it to be that low. Again, you're okay if you're within 2 to 5% of one another, which you can see injectors 1, 2, and 3 are totally fine. They're within probably 2%, 2 to 3%. But injector 1 is a little bit low for my liking. Injectors 2 and 3 are good. Injector 4 is a nightmare. So I'm going to get the ultrasonic set up, and I'll bring you guys back as soon as I got that. Alright, now we got them all loaded up. They're in the ultrasonic machine. Now this literally is nothing more than like the same as a jewelry ultrasonic cleaner. So what we're going to do is we're going to set the machine to ultrasonic cleaning, which it's already at. We're going to hit run, and then right after we hit run, we're going to turn on the ultrasonic cleaner, try to get that number 4 injector, which is this guy right here. I'm going to try to get that thing back to life and see what happens. So here we go. Machine's running, runs for about 10 minutes. And now what this machine will do is it will actually run through a series of tests on the coil and the pintle itself. It will open and close the injector. It'll open and close it rapidly. It'll leave it open. It'll try to break free all of the garbage that's inside these injectors. So over the 10 minutes, you'll start to see fluid come up out of the tops of the injectors, and you'll start to see some of the garbage kind of floating to the top. But what we're hoping for here is to get all these injectors in line and get everything done. So I'm going to let this go for the 10 minutes, and as soon as they are done, I'll bring you guys back. We'll take a look, we'll reflow test them, and we'll see if we made any progress. Injectors are now out of the ultrasonic. They ran for about 10 minutes or so. A lot of crap came out of them. They're back in the machine. We're going to do a quick sprayability test on them to see what they look like now spray wise, and then we'll do a flow test on them, see how that goes. Well, you can already see number 4 is looking better, way better than it was before. It was just a steady stream before, and you can even see they're a little bit closer in range now. So let's stop this, we'll drain it, and then we're going to run a flow test on it and see what we get. Hopefully we're doing better than we were before. Now, if I didn't mention it before, this is literally just a mild degreaser solution. Alright, so here we go with the flow test. Alright, so it looks like number 4 is still lagging a little bit. We'll run through an automatic on it again and see if we can bring it back. If not, we're going to suggest that this injector be replaced. So be right back. Alright, so we ran the last auto test on it. It ran through. The spray pattern improved a little bit, but you can see on a flow test that 1, 2, and 3 are actually well within limits. They're perfect. They're actually flowing 1000 cc. There's the little guy. The run. So at this point now, it's flowing about 20% less than everything else, which is unacceptable, completely unacceptable. Now I could put it through another ultrasonic bath, but the more you clean these things, the more you risk actually damaging them even further. Now this customer is going to have two options. Either he can send the set of injectors back to Injector Dynamics. They will rebuild the faulty injectors or rebuild all 4 of them, retest them, recalibrate them, recertify them, and then send them back to him for, either under warranty or at some form of cost. Or he can buy one single injector, which we don't necessarily recommend. It's always good to buy them in pairs. This way they've been flowed together and they're guaranteed to be set. So if you've got a 4-cylinder, buy 4 of them. If you have an 8, buy 8. If you got a 6, buy 6, obviously. But that's basically what's going on now is these 3 flow perfect, and then there's one that's damaged in some way, shape, or form. So we're going to advise this customer, replace these injectors. Don't even bother trying, because he's just going to end up blowing up his motor. So that is pretty much it for the injector test. So we started the vlog outside. I figured we'd end it outside. Guys, listen, thank you so much for watching. I know I say it in every video, but the YouTube channel is increasing by leaps and bounds. We've gotten over 500 new subscribers in the last 24 hours. So again, thank you so much. I can't say how much I appreciate it. I'm trying to make some awesome content for you guys. Just my daily stuff. I never knew it would be this interesting, but you know what? I guess apparently it is. So again, guys, thank you and you and you and every one of you guys that is subscribing. I really appreciate it, and we'll see you probably tomorrow with another one. Have a great night, guys. Oh yeah, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you want to see. Let me know if there's anything interesting you want me to explain. I would be more than happy to break down anything that I do and explain it to you 100%. So let me know, guys. Again, have a great day. I will see you later.